Alrighty. Hello, everyone. Well,
Haro!
welcome to
Hello.
Level Up Plays Exalted. Woo! Wow.
Yes, sir.
All right, so hi guys, my name is Zodby and I'm here as one of the players again uh for tonight and it's been a while since we've done this. Medyo nakamiss po kami ng isang buwan na hindi nakapaglaro ng Exalted, but we're excited to finish this two-part ender of this season, right? So I'm so excited. So tonight I have here again, I have Gio all the way from Cagayan de Oro. Woo!
Hi.
I have Ninay all the way from Makati.
Manila.
Manila. sorry. I have Vel, you are all the way from where?
Asig.
Classic.
And
Okay.
we have
All parts of the world.
we have of course the executive
In the
we have
desert.
in
In
the
the
desert.
desert.
He was
The
in the
one and
mountains earlier.
Yeah.
He,
He came
he's in
down
the,
from the mountains.
he came
May dala
back
na
down
siyang
and
tablet.
into the deserts. Surprisingly may desert na po pala sa Davao. So here we have John Gaisano
Yo.
and of course our holier than thou. Joke lang. Our DM for this evening, Jay. Hi Jay, how are you?
Hello. Doing good, doing good. Good to be running for everyone again.
Great. So maybe
So
you can give us a recap of what we did last time and where we're headed.
yeah, okay, so let's just to make things short. Everybody is at a point where they've met the primary antagonists of our short campaign right now. A originally four, now down to three Death Knights who have nefarious plans for an upcoming event involving a special artifact which you guys have also stumbled upon. So you guys are now in possession of two parts of this five-part artifact. The other two are with your opponents, and now it's a mad race for the last one. Thankfully, in the last session, Aka, played by Vel, single-handedly took on one of the bad guys and dealt with him, letting her secure the second piece for your team. And now we're picking up after about a week and a half from that point in time in the game, and moving forward to again the Desert City of Chiaroscuro, where a big event is about to take place. So I guess since we're doing a refresher anyway, can we just do a quick like round of introductions of everyone's characters, just names and like a quick description.
Sure.
Sure, let's start
Hi.
with Gio.
Yeah, okay. Let's see. I am playing Pizza of the Hut Gang. He is like a sorcerer kind of and parang what's the word? Under underworld boss, crime lord. There you go. So, he runs a very legitimate pizza restaurant business. It is legitimate. What do you mean?
Legit. Very legit.
Very legit. Really great food. I have the best entertainment. And ayun, so his motivations is really just to parang claim more land from the shadow. Is it the Shadowlands? I forget. Um, basically to revive the district where he grew up.
Sounds good.
All right. Sige, I'll go next. So hi, so I'm John again. I'm John, and my character's name is Balmung, but he has a real name that he hasn't actually said to anybody else yet. But I know
Hmm.
Balmung is his public name. He is a monk that belongs to the Order of the Azure Sky, um, and their primary directive is to negotiate and make sure negotiate and bargain for peace in anywhere they are situated or located. No, so and often than not, Balmong is sent as either as an ambassador or as a diplomat to uh, to negotiate peace terms with many different factions. No, so currently because of the Death Knights, he's seeing them as a threat to the peace and order in Chiaroscuro. So he is working with the other ones to make sure that they can defeat those quote unquote bad guys. Yan.
You
So
also have like 13 disciples. So,
I have 12 disciples actually. I have 12 disciples.
Are they really
They
your disciples?
He's the
well,
one who he bought them
I'm
with XP.
I bought them with XP, but they're actually the disciples of both Ninai and mine. They worship Ninai.
Shared property pala.
Well, she has to pay rent by one XP.
All
We're
right, so
running a
yun.
stream. We're just talking. Sorry.
Oh,
So
hello.
yep. So
Hello.
yep. How about you, Vel? Who are you, and what are your motivations?
Who am I? I'm a child. So, so my character's name is Aka, and she is actually a child. She's a child warrior, soldier, lady, baby, fetus. Anyway, so no. So she is
Aka
a
the fighting fetus. Is that your
she's a ayon. So she fights a lot, but she also rides horses and
Hello.
stuff. So yeah.
Okay.
I defeated a bunch of people.
She did. You did. To be
You did.
fair.
You did. To be
You
fair.
did. Mhm.
All right. So who's
All right.
next? I'll go next. So my character is Fallen Branch, and he is a uh retired ano ba yan? Officer from the Imperial Legions who faked his own death after he exalted so he could just chill and just explore and research because he didn't want to be caught up in the machinations of empires and politics. And unfortunately, fate seems to have different thoughts, and he's getting drawn back into that mess again, and that's where he is today. So yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I guess
Eh,
that's it. That's it.
So we're
So
lastly Ninai.
Ninai?
Nina,
Okay, so mine is Chun Chun, and she is the anti-hero. The anti-hero. She's a saint, but she doesn't look like a saint, and she likes to cabedon undead princess. Yep.
Yeah,
yep,
that,
yep.
that that really does paint a very different picture from ito yung mga ano at the start of the game and then towards the end of the game.
Actually, oo nga.
That
Okay,
is correct.
so yeah, now that we're done with the introductions, we'll start the game proper. So okay, our game begins in Chiaroscuro, of course, the southern desert metropolis where you guys are residing. Just as a reminder of like the visual that you're looking at with regards to Chiaroscuro, it is um, a place that has a mix of old and new structures. Some buildings from the first age, like basically like the time when things were awesome and before everything went to heck. Some of those buildings still exist, often in various states of disrepair, and they were
Mm.
all made of basically glittering chiaroscuran glass. So, in the daytime, it is a spectacle to actually see all of these. And of course, with the rebuilding of the new civilization that's currently in power in Chiaroscuro, the rest of the place now has more modern stone buildings and structures constructed. along, in between, and among these ancient glass buildings. Now, Chiaroscuro in general is normally a busy place, considering that it is the center of trade in the southern section of Exalted setting creation. But today is extra special because we are rapidly approaching the eve of um, the 16th birthday of the Khan's youngest daughter, a princess by the name of Sapphire Sky. So,
Oh.
yes, and because of that, there is this
Sapphire
massive
sky.
festival that is being held, and the streets are packed with like tourists, merchants, which have decided to like flood the city in hopes of taking advantage of the festive mood to get people to buy stuff. So, at this point, um, all the districts, even the one where Pizza's Marketside district, which was long rumored to be haunted, is now like enjoying a lot of business, and Pizza's restaurant is raking in like a lot of uh, patrons now, thanks to the uh, mysterious and um, particularly gothically dressed performer outside who is busy enticing people to come and basically partake of pizza's fine refreshments and food. Um, there's this nonstop music and celebrating that's happening. You have street side performers. The souks are packed with people at this point, and essentially, the scene begins with um, the five of you currently in one of the back rooms of Pizza's restaurant as you basically come to terms with Aka's most recent acquisition, which is a clearly a portion of the staff that you guys acquired. So, just a bit of a recap: the staff you guys held is currently stowed away in the academy. Um, quickly DIY to look a little less like an artifact and a little more like just the standard old staff. Um, in Fallen Branch's office, I believe, at least somewhere near there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you guys are currently looking at it, and does anybody in particular have um, any actions that you'd like to start on while this is all happening? Again, it is a fairly big festival, and there's a lot of people, and a lot of things you guys can start doing.
Yeah. Ako, wala naman ako naisip specifically.
Hmm.
Apart from, I think that we should regroup and discuss what's been going on with each other.
Hmm.
Hello, Kitty. Anyway,
Yeah, ignore that my cat decided to like
alam mo,
show
na-imagine
up
ko,
out of nowhere.
na-imagine ko yung office ni John. Parang office ni Wonder Woman sa ano, yung bagong Wonder Woman. Yung office niya pero may mga artifacts sa likod.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Tapos one
So
of the artifacts
he
is
is.
ano, one of the artifacts
Yeah.
is the staff.
Yeah. Fallen Branch is an archaeologist, so that makes sense.
True. It's
So anyway,
well, we can regroup. It depends. If we want to discuss stuff, where do we want to do the talking?
we
Because
can't
of course our
Okay.
rivals.
She's
Is she
okay.
okay?
Yeah, she's fine. It's the thing she was sitting on the pillow.
Oh,
Okay.
where can we discuss? Definitely not at Pizza's place.
Yeah. Considering that it's also
There's
where all three
Too many people here.
remaining now are there. Yeah.
It's too delix.
Delicate star.
sa office ni John. Dun tayo mag-ano.
Hmm. At
Smoke
Actually,
least Fallen
That's where
Branch's
I
sister is
came
not there at the
from.
moment, so
actually, yung office ni John would probably be the least populated
Mm.
yeah.
area
It's
right
Who
now.
wants who
yeah, it's a
wants to be
festival.
yeah, who wants to be there when the
Who wants to
Yeah,
be?
of course. Who wants to be
compared to
there?
a festival, who wants to be there?
I mean,
It's an
yeah, it's an office. It makes sense because even in our place, the temple is probably going to be packed with people,
Yeah,
doing
that's true.
their daily
Rituals.
duties, daily rituals.
mm-hmm.
Okay, so
All
we're
right.
in John's office.
Fallen Branch's office.
Fallen, I mean, yeah, Fallen.
Fallen Branch's office. It's a branch
Can I
office.
not be there? Can I decide to roam around and look for
Sure.
horses?
Okay.
More horses.
Sure. So Aka is currently away, considering that
Fine.
there's
In the
festivals and
state.
whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that means that there's a lot of official and unofficial horse races that are currently
Oh,
happening.
unofficial.
Yeah. So the kind of stuff that you could actually earn a lot of money on the side, money that a soldier such as yourself would not normally earn their stipend. So,
I
Tempting.
probably know about that stuff, don't I?
oh
So,
Oh
yes, you would. You
no.
probably have a couple of bets running yourself. So
also
Maybe.
by the way, I sent my 12 disciples
yes,
to different parts, to different districts around the city to just kind of
Can I have
enjoy so
one?
that they can enjoy the festivities, but at the same
That's
time
the
to observe what's going on
Can
and
I
right.
have
to report
one?
anything that is no.
really, you
No,
can have
I need
one
I need a
sister.
guardian.
Yeah,
I'm a child.
I can't place
Sige,
a bet if I'm a child.
You're a
sige,
child
sige.
who's a soldier.
Sige, I'll
Yeah, but
send
no
you.
one knows that.
I will
No,
send you.
you're an
You know
officer.
that.
you can borrow one.
You're
You
Yes,
an
can
we'll
borrow
yes,
one.
allow
you're an
it. We'll
officer.
allow
We'll
it.
allow it.
So you are an officer, right?
I'll lend you Judas.
Okay.
Oh,
Judas.
So, mama.
so we know for sure that he's stealing from the money bag.
Exactly 30 pieces. Okay. So, yeah, so just to get a sense of where everybody is, Vel is off to the races, literally. Aka is off to the races. And then who else is where? Are you guys all meeting up in the
Yeah, I'm meeting with them.
I'm just
okay.
like looking through
I'm
all.
having the rest of my family um do the other stuff.
Yeah, Caesar's
You
taking charge with this one. He's enjoying what he's doing. While Papa John is like doing his best to keep up with
he's
Caesar's
running yeah,
enthusiasm.
Papa John's running the restaurant while
Yeah.
Caesar is running everything else underground.
Okay.
He likes
Right.
being called, Hail Caesar.
Caesar. So as you guys are in the academy, and you're right, it might as well be a ghost town here at the moment because no one else is interested in it. And you guys are, you see that the component that Aka was able to acquire
Nice.
actually um, should slot into like the circular portion um, of the staff that you guys have.
Should we
Um,
reassemble it?
hmm?
I'm thinking if we should reassemble it. Should we reassemble? Put it back together?
Reassemble it. It's
Yeah,
still
You
the same
could,
power. I mean, it's still. Oh, you mean the two pieces we have?
yeah.
yeah.
We can try.
Do we want to keep it separate? Put it together?
I think you should put it together. But I'm
I
not
mean,
there, so don't listen to me.
Yeah, it's okay.
We don't. We feel.
This is the evil voice inside your heads.
the little angel and the little
You
angel
gotta, we should put it
just
together.
pops up and it's Aka.
Parang kay
I remember it's
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 Aka's
just
ano,
it's just Aka in a
in a red uniform and a white uniform.
I was like, they're both bad ideas.
another thing. They're both they're both different, but they're both saying suggesting the same thing.
yeah.
Oh no.
Okay. So, I'll do this.
Or likewise, the two people which seem to have the most,
Yeah, actually,
uh,
the spiritual
pos-
connection.
yeah. Especially
Yeah,
you have both
the
Zenith
two
cast,
people are yeah. You
yeah,
guys should
Exalts
be
are
the ones
here.
to hold it. Actually,
I
You
said.
guys spirit.
maybe you should touch the other ones. See what
Yeah.
Yeah,
happens.
I think that's a good idea. Why don't we let Ninay touch the other ones first, and then I'll
Who's
follow.
Ninay?
Ay, Ninay, who's Sun Sun? I mean,
Soon soon.
Who's Nina? Soon soon, right?
Okay, so we touch it. We touch the
Blue.
staff.
Wait.
Okay.
Tell
or do you
me
Oh
want
wait,
The
to?
other,
that
the,
Or
it's
do
the
you
other
not
one
want
touch
to?
is a
it.
staff.
Gusto ba,
Wait,
do you want to hold hands while
wait.
touching with the other hands
The other,
touching the staff?
the other one
On
is
Oh,
the
a
para
staff.
trees.
tingnan natin kung may
Wait.
mangyari.
The other one is a staff. What's the other item look like?
It's a circular disc. It seems to slot into the larger hoop thing on top of the staff.
Okay, so that's the one they're okay trying to attune to.
Yeah.
So why
So
would
Okay.
Nina
ano?
here hold this disc? It does nothing for me.
Wait, I'm imagining it. Does it look like a satellite?
No, not quite a satellite, but yeah.
It's a disc. Parang parang discus, I guess. Or
Yeah.
ano.
Think of a flat donut.
Yes.
Flat donut.
I
Okay.
know what a disc is. I'm not that young.
No, I mean a donut kasi there's a hole
I'm
where it
just
slots
kidding.
into.
I'm just kidding.
Those are the disc. Yeah.
A
Okay. So
biscuit.
wait, is that what the two Zeniths are doing?
Sige, we'll touch the ano together para baka mas malakas yung readings namin kung sabay kaming ano, while holding hands. So,
Wow.
yung naka,
Sa science museum, di ba parang may static?
oo, yung
Possible.
isa naka,
Parang gano'n.
habang naka-holding hands sa isang ganon, yung isa naka,
So it
Okay.
So
does
we do that.
All right. So you guys touch it, and um, okay. The image that comes to mind um shows the palace. This time the palace in Chiaroscuro. You guys recognize it basically as a ruin over in like one of the distant quarters of Chiaroscuro. Right now, it's basically practically a pool of obsidian that covers the desert sands in that side of that place as it's been melted into slag um, to obsidian from from something incredibly powerful. And it's at that point that you realize that's where you guys are, with Balmong reprising his role as the queen,
lol.
and um,
Soon soon.
what do you call this? Tsun Tsun at this point is um, standing guard by the door, and the person that you guys know as Angsh is currently talking to the queen at this point. So, and the strain of conversation seems to be something about the your enemies are here, and there's no point in throwing away your life so needlessly. We have to get you out of here. To which
Okay.
the queen basically responds that my duty here is to my people, and yeah, they will send their strongest at us, but we will not go and cower from this. Um, what Valmont is unaware of in his vision is something that's very clear to Sun Tsun as Sun Tsun activates a pendant that he, being male in that incarnation, has around his neck, and he sends a surge of um, essence through it. And at that point, the defenses around the palace fail. The
Ew.
shields go down
Ah,
and
No.
such before a beam of like concentrated essence carves its way straight through, and you can see it like it comes down like a satellite weapon, beam weapon. This is pillar of light that starts carving through the outer walls, melting it. People just evaporating around its presence.
Ew.
blistering before they explode and basically turn into gas as the thing heads straight toward the palace.
Yikes.
And that's when the vision ends.
Well, you have done
Well,
some very interesting stuff.
Sun Sun, your past life. Of course, we don't know this because I don't see it.
Do I?
I see.
I wanna tell them what I saw.
Do
Okay.
you
I
really?
saw a
Say yes.
No, you gotta tell us. Like, you gotta do it. Ikaw mag-explain. How do you tell us?
Basta
How do you
Yep.
basically
tell us?
I'm what Jay described, but then I'm doing like I'm so I want to include that
You're doing a
every
what?
every detail. Just like
Which
closing my
one?
eyes and not magkakapit kami ni JB eh. So
Di ba?
sinasabi.
Okay.
So I'm shocked to hear this because I don't see it, right? I
Yes, you
don't
don't.
see her do
You're
this.
busy talking to Ash at this point. Um, you have your trusted royal guard uh, keeping watch on the entrance to this particular chamber.
So the question is, what was the why did you do that? No, why did his past character do that? I mean,
Good question.
'di ba? Parang I thought he was uh in a relationship with the Death Knight that's also in a relationship with the Queen. Uh,
Hmm.
so parang no, ewan ko. How about you guys? I don't know. I don't know what to think. I'm shocked.
I'm actually more shocked about how she told us.
I'm like, oh,
You can only
fascinating.
do one player. You done?
I don't know it, right? Because I'm
I'm
not
gonna nerd
there.
out.
Yeah, you're
I'm gonna,
not there, so you wouldn't know.
so I'm gonna nerd out and like, this explains.
I'm not
Uh,
gonna judge you. It's
and then
okay.
I start like rifling through old documents. I'm like, yes, this makes sense now.
Indeed. Mutter, 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 mutter.
Start making historical
Mutter,
references
mutter, mutter, mutter.
to infer that yes, okay, that explains the glass explosion in 17 whatever.
Not
This is
gonna.
sad that he just nerded out after that.
Ah, so much stuff I can be teaching.
No, I don't want to
This will
teach.
definitely get me that grant. I'm gonna-
Tenure. I will finally achieve tenure.
Tenure.
Like, I don't really care about tenure, but
And
yes.
I will finally get tenure and the
They
peace
paid to
prize.
get me. They paid to get me here. Tenure? They should offer me the chair. No, I'm kidding. Grabe yung delusions of grandeur.
Wow.
and, then, and this will give me their
and,
version of
and we're just like looking at him like
and then
what's
and this will get me that Exalted's version of the Nobel Peace Prize.
And I'm
Okay.
thinking, the Imperial? No, wait, no, that's a bad idea. Okay, I'm good here. I'm good here.
Yeah, so while you guys are sorting this out, Aka and Judas are currently going through
did you
um,
do this then? Sorry.
are currently heading towards the what do you call this? The races at this point. And when as you guys make it through, it's a fairly busy place. And on the way heading towards the plaza, there is um a projection that basically appears in the sky. It's a magical one, clearly powered by some sort of prism array in the
Oh,
city, and it basically shows an image of Sapphire Sky, the princess and the youngest
Ooh,
of
pretty.
the Khan's uh,
Mm.
daughters, and she bids all the travelers welcome to the fair city in this occasion. She is honored to to see all of them arriving here, and it is she bids everyone enjoy themselves in the next 7 days of this particular festival.
Tagal pala.
Um, you notice that she is wearing uh, a particular pendant around her neck
Hmm.
that
I don't
matches the
notice.
markings on the disc that you were able to retrieve.
Mm.
And even as a child, it doesn't take a genius to figure out that that's your fifth piece.
It's like,
Ooh.
wait,
Gosh,
the
We
ring.
need
we
to
have
beat
to
her up.
You have to
basically
beat her up,
gonna
find the princess and beat her up. And
murder
the
her.
and she says that the image of the princess goes ahead and says that and special welcome to the invited guests to the grand debut, which will be happening tomorrow evening in my father's palace. I sincerely look forward to meeting you all there. And then the projection fades.
Hmm,
Mm.
So
okay.
I need
Batman on her.
to get access there. Judas!
Judas is like, what,
Help!
what?
Help!
Help.
Wait, we need we need to go there.
Need to go where? Oh, right. Only she sees us
you,
now.
you
You
want to go to the Khan's
You have to lure
exclusive
the
debut?
princess to the garden.
Can I
Kiss her cheek.
Oh no.
Well, there is one way that you might be able to do that.
Ah,
Oh my, you were
Huh?
gonna do a betrayal. A Judas betrayal.
no, no, no.
That's betrayal
And
Oh.
talaga.
he says that the just a bit of a segue, like cut to explainer GM mode. The chiaroscuro is part of a greater uh, culture of people called the Delzan nobles. They are essentially Lawrence of Arabia meets the Mongols, and they get along because of horses. So um, the
I
horse
love horse.
riding culture is huge in Chiaroscuro. And Chiaroscuro is considered to be an outlier of that culture because they're the ones who actually settled into a city. But their main culture is still nomadic. So one of the things that they're holding in celebration of birthday of the Khan's daughter is a desert survival race. So, and the winner of that desert survival race will get to request a boon of his or her, uh,
Choosing.
choosing.
Point.
Hi, Vel.
So,
Oh no.
Question. How,
Oh, yeah.
I
yes,
you said survival rates. I guess we can just ask this the rules in
Yeah.
the story
What
na
if
lang.
I die?
It's a
then you
it's a
survival
sur-
race.
die.
it's a
Roll a new
survival race in
character.
the sense that the way that the race is happening, it's not since it's a nomadic culture that celebrates the whole survival against the desert. The racers are expected to know how to navigate themselves through what is essentially the shifting sands of the desert, and make it to the to the end and then back again to the city. So they'll be monitored, obviously, but in terms of skill, it's not like a death race where people are like trying to kill each other on horseback, trying to be the last one standing. Di naman.
Okay. Is it a
It's
team thing?
Um, it is usually entered as an individual, but it can be entered as a team. But that's usually frowned upon because it usually means that it's slower. You are
Oh
trying to look out for multiple people.
well,
I have a
fam.
I have a question. I of course I don't know yet that there is
Hmm.
a we don't the
Yes.
four of us don't know yet. But
Yeah. You
as
guys will know
a
about it later.
but as a diplomat, would we get would I get an invite?
As a diplomat, you get an invite. You um
The temple order from the temple order, which we actually have a temple order
yes, you do
in
have a temple
Chiaroscuro.
order. As to whether or not you will get an invite, that would depend on how well known you might be
Mm-hmm.
with regards to this. You are you do enjoy some reputation as a uh, enforcer of the law, so to speak. Law and order being your prime tenants, example. So I think you might have to just perform either a bureaucracy or
Mm.
some sort of like performance role to basically harp up like don't you know who I am type
Okay.
of
Okay. Being
leverage.
being a part of the criminal under a crime lord, should
Mhm.
I have already known this beforehand?
Which one, the race or
About yeah, anything
the
regarding the
soiree?
Uh,
festival, even the race.
You know about a lot of the underground stuff. Okay. The soiree is something you're aware of, but it's not really something that you've thought about. Neither do you know that she has a component apparently as part of her jewelry to commemorate the occasion.
Okay.
So you'll probably if you and Bell compare notes later on, I think you guys can put two and two together. But it's an option. So you guys have the desert survival race and um the I don't know, what do you call this? The any other avenues to try and get to that story.
I mean, I could always try and steal it.
Mm-hmm.
I am gonna go for like um okay, the academy. Is there someone whose arm I can twist? Bureaucratically speaking.
you know the dragon blooded ano. She still
I don't
owes
want to.
you a favor, doesn't she?
Owes you a favor, yeah. Actually.
Right.
She still owes us.
She
Actually
owes
us.
me.
Ooh, can we do that? Because I kinda don't. Feeling ko pangit yung mga maro-roll ko. Char.
You're a championship racer, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I also a child, so confidence level not stable.
Well, actually, at some point, if we talk about this, I'm like, I actually my character Branch looks at you and he says, "You're a solar." I know she's a solar.
Not to mention, you just killed one of those other people.
On your own.
Through sheer
Dad.
horse racing abilities. What can mere mortals do to you?
Yes.
That's literally like, what can mere mortals do to her? On the other hand, if there were other supernaturals,
Looks at Judas. Tell me. Tell me.
Judas
What
is
do I do?
Judas
Anyway,
just looks at you and he's
Ah,
like, uh,
I just came to
if you ask me, what you should do is you should consult with Balmo because he knows the way.
he knows the
uh,
he
way.
knows the
he know
way.
he
The
knows.
way.
Oh,
I like it. I like it.
The way, the truth.
Delight.
did you or no?
I have a
Oh wait,
question. Do any of my guys report report the
the
princess
race, the princess.
speaking
You would
about
have
the
probably
soiree?
heard of it. I mean, after you guys have had your shocking revelation of how you guys both died in a
Mm.
past life, you step out a little bit addled, and then your disciples arrive and give you
A
for it.
report?
Sir.
Mm.
Yeah, they're like, it seems to be something.
I feel that we need to go to that party. Pero yun nga, I
So
think I will try to get to the party because, influence, backing. I have backing eh.
Okay, when you have backing from a church, technically, so
Yeah.
there is that.
And so
It's up
yeah,
to you guys. Honestly, you have the options.
We have the
One
option.
way to go about it is that Aka can go through the race and earn it, while you guys leverage your
Yeah, we can
backing
include
as a religion.
multiple.
That way, you don't come off as coming from one party
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
rather than,
No,
diba?
because
As opposed to like,
Or we can do them all at once. That way we have multiple chances.
Multiple ano nga, multiple so we don't seem to be coming from
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
not
yeah.
one group.
So
Yeah.
I'll do my highs. You guys do the raise. You do.
I'll bring Ninay because we are, sister orders
mm,
and we'll try to
try to
charm
work
our way
out
Right.
in.
your differences and while you're working your way in.
And then John can talk to the dragon-headed lady who owes him.
dragon blooded.
Dragon blooded, not dragon headed, but
A
yes,
dragon-blooded, sorry. Yeah.
Dragon blooded. I'll talk. See Kathak. What is her name again? The
yeah,
Kathak.
yes.
The Kathak
Because
queen.
that archaeologist, yeah. Okay, so let's just do a quick round of fun, I guess. So wait, what are the plans? So we're all taking different approaches to try and get in.
Yeah.
To like
Yes.
Try and
more
get in.
entries, more chances. Okay. More entries, more chances of winning. Sige, let's go ahead. Balmung, why don't you make your roll first, followed by Gio. Um, Vel, is Aka going to be participating in that race, or will
Go
you
Vel.
take your
Her
chances with
her
them?
her self confidence is shot.
Okay, I'll join. The adult said so.
The adult
And,
said so.
and we're like, but don't you like winning?
Yeah.
Wait, are we? Wait, did we all actually reconvene now? That's why she's able.
So yeah, I'm thinking
Yeah,
we.
I'm assuming at this point, yes, you guys have sort of
Okay.
reconvened.
Okay,
Okay.
I say,
so
don't you like winning?
Bring it on, boys.
If you like winning,
so
why don't you?
Ninay and I will try to charm our way in. Don't
Choo
you know
choo.
who we are? Who I am?
I don't
And
think that's charm per se.
I'll just
yeah,
flip my hair and dazzle.
Mm-mm.
basically I will use performance na to to what do you call that? To let us in, no? As important members of society and of the church, and that they don't want to receive the ire of the church if they don't let us in.
Yo.
Okay,
Katakot.
isn't that more of a threat than? But okay.
uh, I don't know.
Potato potato.
So
You will let me in or incur the wrath of my church. Okay,
Oh
incur
no.
the wrath of our churches kasi sister churches. Dalawang
These
of
church
our
talaga.
churches.
are temples.
Yeah,
Our
they're going.
temples.
Parang ang
Don't
corrupt nung.
Parang napaisip ako bigla.
They like no, our temples have sent us as delegates. Thank you. Walk straight through.
our temples have sent us as delegates to celebrate the birthday
Of
of the
a
princess
princess sapphire sky.
so that
Okay,
we can give her our blessings from the
so now
gods.
it's the what do you call this? It's the fairy godmother technique. Um, and I think because you didn't invite me.
It sounds like Maleficent.
Isn't pa na, no?
And then
Okay,
Well,
so
well.
yeah, go ahead and make your rolls, and then we'll sort out how what kind of entrance you guys can make.
So, anong role siya?
The um that would be, well, Zenith if you're using performance or presence,
Yes.
unless you're
Uh,
trying intimidation.
I have supernatural presence.
but
Okay,
then you don't
that
want to.
means you can ignore um one
Natural thing.
obstacle. Yeah, one natural obstacle
Gusto ko
essentially.
sabihin, yung natural obstacle mo is an invitation.
Yeah, ignore the fact. Pwede
You have
naman.
perfect presence then.
I ignore the lack of a physical invitation.
I have
Yes.
5d6. May presence din si
Okay.
Is it
Perfect presence naman.
si Ninay may perfect presence naman.
Supernatural. I
Yeah,
believe you should
perfect
check your
presence
list
naman.
again.
Additional ano.
Additional.
You automatically score a success. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
you
One
automatically
success.
score at least one success.
Okay, let's do
Perfect
this.
means.
Do I need to
Go ahead.
roll?
I do have one
Yeah,
success.
you can. Might as well go. Okay, so you have 4 and 5, 5 and 6. 6 is counted as 2 successes. 3 successes plus plus perfect. Okay. Okay. So the church people go in like Spanish church people in colonial Philippines. Uh, basically just uh yeah,
Boom.
Balmong is like, you wouldn't want to get in the bad side of the law. it's,
Corrupt talaga.
it's like my God is the God of law, which means if you go against me, you go against law. So anyway, um,
Something like
Yep, very corrupt.
and what do you call this? Nina basically just walks straight through. Um,
he just like
he
smiled.
scored like 3 successes and one guaranteed. Um, so to the people who are basically just like clerks trying to double check and verify invitations, it's kind of hard to reject. Um,
Someone who's trying to
somebody who is essentially threatening to bring the wrath of you know of
The
The
law
wrath
church.
and
of
justice upon
God.
you,
To
and then the
smite
other
them
one,
where
diba?
they stand.
Mm. So okay, so you guys are in the roster, and the only thing though is they leave you with like a request. If you will attend, kindly attend it your best, as in literal Met Gala level
Oh,
costume.
okay. So we need we
I-
So you guys have to literally show up and look good.
Do it. Do it.
Actually,
The
wait
Hanap
lang.
tayo
second
ng outfit.
is
I'm
upon
trying
someone
my
arriving
Kim
at the
Kardashian.
event,
mukhang
you will
dementor.
all be tasked to swear an oath of nonviolence
looks too ninay.
as one of the
not
as one of
violent.
the guests in sorry, one of the guests in the party will be the Southern God of War.
Ah, ah, ah. Nah. Okay, so meta. But the priests know who this is, so good time to
Yes.
check your.
So we have a bull-headed Southern God of War named Alat. That's Ahlat, not a lot as in marami.
A lot.
Yes. So Alat is a very powerful god of this particular region, and he is attended to by what is essentially the bodyguards of Black Panther. Um, the brides of Alat are essentially shaven-headed warrior women who serve as his honor guard. Now, since he's one of the guests of honor for this particular event,
Yeesh.
um, his blessing to the event is that he will avenge any violence done upon any person in
Oh
this.
no, I can't beat up the princess then.
We weren't supposed to beat up the princess in the first place.
But I want to.
If you do, we don't know you. I don't know.
I'm gonna ride the horse.
And just
Okay, so anyway,
get
that aside, we'll go to the others. Um, just very quickly, um, I don't think that we need to roll anything for Wallen Branch
All right.
because she does owe you her life. So
Is this a trade?
medyo no-brainer na yan.
All
You
right.
Kasama ka
literally
niya.
have an invitation now, at least, for yourself. And then
Biffy.
for pizza, what's pizza's plan for this
Well, I bring in the rest of my family.
one? Mm-hmm.
I say, parang I tell them about the artifact, or rather the item that is
Mm-hmm.
being held in
Right.
the. Is it in the palace? Somewhere there.
Yeah.
Hmm. And that this will be our biggest heist yet.
Okay.
So I will need. I tell them all the stuff I need. So like, if there are yung schematics or yung architectural plans, yung
Mhm.
layout, um, will need a way in. I tell that to like sila, Caesar.
Mhm.
Um, I asked Domino for what way transportation, all the different things will need.
Right.
Then Papa John
Okay.
will just be the one to carry, to be uh the muscle in case
Okay.
anything goes wrong.
Sure.
So then yeah, so I'm planning it out for now.
Okay, that's gonna add bonuses to your roll later. Is the is your intention basically to infiltrate the palace?
Yes.
Are you
If it
infiltrating the palace as the catering service?
yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Oh,
because we are providing our we can provide our delicacies.
gourmet pizzas.
Hmm.
Okay.
Essentially.
Gourmet.
Sounds good to me. Yeah. At this point, go ahead and roll your larceny.
Larceny.
Yes, that'd be
I
night
Under
feast.
believe that is. Let's see. I have five and five. Yeah, five dice. I guess.
Holy crap! 5 dice. Any
at least.
charms associated with that?
No.
Okay.
Unfortunately, no. So
Reaching larceny.
ro- reaching larceny. No, that roll. That 5d6.
Hmm.
Eesh.
2 successes.
That's not bad.
It's not bad.
Not great. Okay.
It's still something. So,
It's normal.
It's not bad.
mhm. So given that you learn very quickly that given that this is like essentially the party of the year, the catering service is a massive operation, but a little bit of fast talk and with a little help from your friends in the underground, you're able to talk to a couple of other caterers that are currently doing their best to try and meet the massive demands for this one and insert yourself as well as several other members of your family as part of the respective crews
Hmm.
to get in. So it's uh it's a good enough plan at least to get you guys in the grounds. And yeah, last one is Aka, who is uh,
Prepping for the race.
yeah,
You
she's
want
prepping for the race apparently.
Ay, 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 ay.
The winner of the race shall be presented to the princess. Woo!
Not really. It's more like you will be able to ask for a boon. So an invite to that would not be so bad. So you're up against like a whole bunch of hopefuls. Some of these are. Well, I don't know if you guys have ever seen like that National Geographic clip about falconry in like 2021 falconry championships in Abu Dhabi or something. It's like there are people from everywhere, different costumes, different to dress. But one thing that they all share is the fact that they're all like incredibly driven um, racers.
Ooh.
And um, one thing I actually never got clear with Vel is that does Aka actually own a horse?
No.
Okay, so I'm
really?
assuming that you have that horse you stole from the last session, and now I'm going to have to ask you to name it.
It is now your horse.
Yes,
My horse. What do I name my horse?
please don't name it Horsey.
Black.
Eh,
Blackie.
No, no, no,
what?
no,
What?
no.
Wait. What color is
Look
the
for
horse?
it's a Rowan horse is reddish brown.
Ay, reddish brown. What about?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I heard this other one. I don't know if you guys would like it. Its parents' name was red wine, so they named it Cabernet.
Oh,
But then a Cabernet
Cabernet.
Sauvignon,
yay.
Cabernet.
Cabernet.
Yes.
I have a name na.
Oh no.
It's so stupid. So you know how like a guy named Mike would be called Michael.
Okay.
So I'm
Yes.
thinking about a bike, and the name of my horse is gonna be Michael.
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 Baiko. Top tier.
Michael.
That actually doesn't sound bad.
That's a top
Right?
tier name. Woo!
So it's one of those things during the race, the announcer is like, and we have this other contestant, Aka, and her horse, Michael.
Baiko.
Michael.
Yung announcer
Kasi
pala
di ba,
correct.
Michael Max. no,
hindi mo
uh,
magdadalawang isip pa siya basahin. Bikaw.
Mike.
Michael. Tapos he stifles a laughter. Yung parang, yung parang gano'n. Yung announcer.
At least Michael is not like a mispronunciation of vehicle. So, but, um, okay. So,
No.
yeah. So there's like you're up against what is apparently like over 50 plus hopefuls, many of which are like ranging from people who look like they've lived on horseback all their years, like
They still
rough and like sand blasted skin, nomadic furs and everything, to people who are like um, very elegantly dressed military uniforms, with cavalry sabers and all these things on their person. And then there is you, a child on a stolen horse named Pike.
I'm ready.
All
Let's
right, so
go.
the race begins, and there's this cloud of sand and dust as the race starts, and it's a fairly large race, involving remarkable amounts of distance and, well, the treachery of dying in the desert due to weather conditions and such. Um,
it'll be fine.
so, first off, I
Satisfied.
want you to go ahead and roll your survival.
Wow, you should have
And
that.
how well you do here will impact the difficulty of your ride roll, which you might need help with. If I remember correctly, you have like one level.
I have four.
Four, right? Okay.
4d6.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Oh no, I typed it wrong. Wait.
Space. Give it a space. Minsan kasi importante yung space eh.
You need some
There we
space.
go.
Nice.
Three successes, not bad. Okay. So yeah, despite you and Michael just being recently acquainted, so to speak, you charge ahead, and it's the words of uh, Fallen Branch, ring in your head about, you are a solar. What have you to fear about this kind of race against mere mortals?
Let's go,
As
Michael.
yes, you're like, let's go, Michael. You kick your heels into the side of Michael's flank, relying on, your let's be fair, horse jockeys are tiny for a reason, but your frame is small enough that you are practically weightless on Michael's back, and your survival role basically allows you to read the best course to race at this point. Several have fallen behind either through bad luck or uh, poor handling in general. And it is at this point that you you hit the halfway mark of this race, and you guys are down to like, from 50, you guys are down to like about 12 or 13 racers left. And it is at this point when you're in the lead, but your keenly honed soldier senses um, warn you that there's someone that's trying to channel essence somewhere behind you. And you look back um, in time to see that one of the racers is actually um, casting something, um, and they reveal themselves to be one of the dragon blooded.
Mm.
Oh no no no.
That makes sense. Makes sense.
So you're up against there's this female racer that's trailing behind by two spots, um, who is who has their hand raised, and you can sense that they're channeling essence to cast a spell. Fortunately, I don't think you have um, sorcery of any sort to determine what they're trying to cast. Um, but what is your current rating in dodge or ride?
Four.
Dodge. 4, yeah.
Four. Okay, go ahead and make that roll, please.
Okay. Oh no.
Yeah. So as you guys are approaching like the second half of the race, the cheating is starting.
You know,
Ah!
you know what it
Three
actually reminds me of?
three successes.
Um, yung live
Nice.
action na Speed Racer.
Two.
In the live action
Ooh.
Racer, there was a desert race. So it reminds me of that.
Okay, so you sense the the sorcerer harnessing essence at this point, and it's you you turn and see that they point forwards towards like the group ahead of them. So they're at fourth place with you leading, and then two other riders behind you, and a large horizontal spinning razor blade of
Oh
air
my.
spins outwards, slicing the horse in front of her, um,
Ooh.
right like underneath the just above the knees, sending rider and horse crashing onto the side of the what is the the track basically, and the other the second the saw basically cuts through the second one as well, and it's heading towards you. So why don't you go ahead and make a roll for your dodge? Do you
Ah.
have any charms to help you for that?
You
Do
can
I have any charms? I don't know. Actually, do I?
What are your charms?
Do you have any
Uh,
night charms?
Paano kayo nalalaman? I'm sorry.
Yung
It's
ano,
a
like
charm play the
overwhelming,
words, right?
press,
Ah,
It,
perfect.
I have overwhelming survival.
Okay,
it's
that
a
might actually help if you want. You can try that.
Okay.
all right.
So what do I roll for? My
Um, if you use overwhelming, basically that means you spend one mote of essence to
Mhm.
power it, and then you roll double your rating.
Here
So
we
that's
go.
Mm.
8 dice.
Okay.
oh, that's
Uh,
actually really good.
That's
yeah,
Yep,
good.
overwhelming is super strong for
let's
more dice.
do it. So, ano ba? 4d8?
Mm.
Six.
6
It's
pa rin.
8d6.
8?
8d6.
Okay.
Mm.
No!
Okay, that does not look good at all. Three,
Ah!
three, two, 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 two. Okay,
Oh my
You can
gosh.
reroll. Rerolls. May
yeah, I
reroll
don't think
mechanic.
it's, no, there's no reroll mechanic for this one. I'm afraid.
Sadness.
So
Oh,
the
is
blade,
Baiko gonna die?
yes. So basically, the saw carves underneath, and you try and steer Bikel away. In the last moment, checking the way that the saw blade of air slices through. It slowed down a bit significantly, having carved through two targets already. Um, but push comes to shove, you kick off from Michael's back, whispering a prayer of apology as it slices Michael horizontally,
Okay, I need to kill
bisecting it.
this person now because they killed Baiko.
and you are now in midair, having kicked off from Michael. So technically, it's still your action. What do you want to do? The only available horse is the one that the sorcerer is riding.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm gonna land on the horse of the person.
Okay.
Like parang mag-iikot siya in the air and then
Yeah.
floop,
Okay.
I'm
So
behind you now.
you kick off, vault, and then you land on their horse. Are you
Mhm.
doing anything while you're there?
Sasakalin ko siya. Sorry.
Okay, that
How
works.
dare you kill Michael? I kill you.
Okay. So what's your melee or brawl? Which one do you have? You have a martial art.
I have martial arts. Yes.
Okay. Go ahead. So go ahead and do you have any martial
The
arts
the
charms?
martial arts for strangling.
Yeah.
No. Oh, yeah, multiple.
Okay. Oh, so you can strangle multiple people.
Pwede ba yung
Technically, you can use more.
ginaganon-ganon mo yung leeg? Diba like, I think I saw that in a movie once.
I think
Okay.
you're talking about the one
Or
that's on
ginaganon
Dunkin'
yung
Donuts.
leeg, tapos parang
Pressure point. Yung
yeah.
Matrix meme.
Yung parang,
Oh my god.
parang ganon.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and make your martial arts roll. What's your martial arts dice? How many dice do you have?
Uh,
She has a lot of those, I think.
one,
Yeah,
two, three,
and
four, 6.
you have six. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
That also
Wow.
means you get an additional two for the stunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, having kicked off and stuff, and you're
So another 8d6.
so 8d6. Please roll higher this time.
Oh,
Dice made in.
okay.
Okay,
Ay,
there we go.
four,
That looks a lot better. Okay, so that's
five.
five successes.
I lost a
Choke.
horse, but I gained a new one.
But Michael, my attachment.
Now you have like Michael to electric boogaloo.
Michael, my
Uh,
Mark.
Wait lang, I think there's another term for it.
Motorbike.
motorbike.
More,
Pag cyborg na si Michael, motorbike.
para kang, para kang may sipon, Baiko. Baiko!
Or you wanna call him Trico?
Diba?
Nina!
Trico or what about Trico?
Strike.
Okay, very very close. Four successes to your five successes.
Ninay,
So
at least hindi siya Michael Joe. Michael Joe!
okay, so you Aka vaults up from Michael, with a whispered prayer of apology as the thing slices Michael in half, ending his short career as your race partner. Um, and you land on the saddle right behind the uh, the murderous sorcerer, and you use your martial arts and strike a pressure point on their neck uh, to basically freeze their heart if you can. And you rolled one. You rolled five successes, and she rolls one, two, three, four. She doesn't get to defend. Um. Okay, so yeah, you hit a pressure point around her neck, causing her to seize up, and she's unable to speak and breathe as you usually lock that up for a moment. She might recover on her next turn, but by then she would have already lost her horse because I'm assuming you are throwing her off.
Throw her off.
Bye.
Throw her off.
Bye. Yes, goodbye. This is for Michael. Ah,
You're you're
I
not
will
gonna make sure they're
avenge
dead
you.
first before you throw them off.
No, it's fine. She can survive if she wants to.
You can leave her in the desert to dry.
Yeah, actually.
Okay, so you take over your new horsey, which you now dub Michael something I don't
Bye.
know. Michael the second.
Michael
Um,
squared.
Michael squared. As you race off, and thankfully you have lost your three most what do you call this? Three most competitive rivals. Uh, and you sprint towards the finish line. The announcer is visibly confused at the fact that you have a new
A different.
horse. This wasn't the horse that you had when you left. This isn't Michael.
I'm
It's like, oh,
sorry.
he's totally Michael, right, Michael?
What do you mean it's the sand? Nadumihan siya ng sand.
No, no, it the saddle literally says it's property of this particular noble house.
It's like, oh, does it? No, no.
You have mistaken.
That said, there were no rules about swapping horses in the race. Um, and you did technically win.
Ooh.
So
All right, see you in the
yeah,
palace.
just add your what do you call this enemy rating for a dragon blooded noble that I have yet to name. Um, we'll get to that next season. But anyway, uh, yes. So you guys win a entrance to the the party basically. So you ask for
Boom.
it, and they're like, okay.
Gib.
Uh,
Gib.
so
I'm going to
of course they everybody has the same restrictions. You all have invites, but again, anybody, even the catering, is under
Oath of the
the
Panther.
oath of the Southern God of War.
No
Basically,
violence.
no violence, or else the Southern God of War will do violence upon you, and
What
you
if
don't want
the
that.
violence was acted on us and first? Can't we defend ourselves?
He will defend you if you get attacked
Okay.
first. Yeah, so it's about who started it at the time.
Ah,
So playground rule style. Who started it?
Who started it? Okay.
Uh,
who done it? Ay.
so yeah, and so with that, the next question now is, how the heck do you guys get dressed properly for that occasion?
I have a
I
Met Gala
win
outfit na.
money.
I mean,
Yes, you do win money.
I just get the catered uniform.
Shopping.
I, I have a Met Gala outfit
Shopping.
na. I'll post it there.
Same.
I,
That's why I was so quiet kanina. I was like,
Wait,
I
I'm
mean,
gonna look for
I don't need to get one,
clothes.
right? Since I'm just a caterer, I'm basically a waiter's costume.
Yeah, yeah, you
what?
don't have to go into a Met Gala.
Ako, as in, I
Did
searched
you
for
get the fit?
Met Gala outfits, and
Ooh, this is actually perfect opportunity for me. My reaching awareness. I can
Yes,
listen to everyone inside the Met Gala.
yes.
but
Wow.
Get dirt on everyone.
Oh, I know
Wait,
what I
what?
wanna wear now.
Oh, wow, I'm kind of surprised I didn't see a Kardashian costume right there.
because she looked like a Dementor nga, di ba? Like
Dementor.
this year.
yeah,
She just
you
had
don't
like
want
a
Who's
I
Alam
this?
ko
I
Is
have
na.
this
found
Blake?
my outfit.
Ninay,
I'm posting it in
Blake
game.
Lively?
yeah, that's Blake Lively.
oh,
Ninay,
that's
I
very
will
nice.
match your outfit. So, yung outfit ng Far Eastern Garb sa FF. Pero papahabaan
Wait,
ko yung train sa likod. Parang Emperor's train.
wait. So I'm loving Aka's outfit.
Our Eastern girl.
Wow, it's a it's a tuxedo dress.
Yes,
Tuxedo
it's
gown.
very aka.
It's very Aka.
What about si Fallen Branch? Is he even joining?
Am I gonna bother?
You can see yung headdress ni Blake Lively. It has like a saint like thing on the head.
Mm.
Iniisip ko nga eh.
My gosh, oo nga.
I don't know.
But
You know,
Wait, are you guys showing it to the stream?
Yeah,
it's,
putting it in the dice channel. I think.
I put it
Alright.
sa
Hold on,
dice.
I
Lagay
will
ko sa
be right
guys sa
back.
dice chat. Nilagay ko yung sa akin sa dice
Bio
chat.
Ayun.
break.
Do I move mine there?
yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Mine is
Okay.
the Far Eastern Garb sa FF. Pero with the Emperor's Train, para medyo para medyo pantats naman kami ni Ninay, 'di ba?
Hmm.
Grabe yung kay Aka.
Oh yes.
Majestic.
I'm not really into dressing up.
How much money did you guys spend on that?
We just
That's
you know use our presence in the sa ano.
Sa
You
kultura.
have
Oh,
the
you
honor of
must,
dressing me up.
you you must wear my dress. That
I
kind of thing,
I
ba?
spent
Okay.
on my winnings. Char.
All your
Yung
winnings
mga
on
ano,
that
this is
Hindi
tournament.
naman
a
all. Grabe naman.
More like
Some
70%,
lang.
90%.
this is ano, an authentic Wira Vang. Wira Vang.
Maganda yung kay etong kay
Anime foods.
I'm gonna send it to
I'm
Charger.
looking for
This
something of
one's really nice. It's too powerful.
It's too powerful.
Copy image. Paste. And
I'm a
si Chadwick
star.
Boseman.
Do I
Ang
dress?
ganda, ang ganda ng outfit niya
Wait, can I
Actually.
see?
noong 2018.
Oh. Yeah, that's not
Well,
bad.
very Christian.
Okay, Chadwick,
Yeah.
very, very priestly. Is that a level 80 white mage?
Ito ba yung may dalawang cross?
No.
Ang dami palang cross.
Kasi meron silang theme one time. Si ano nga who's that guy, yung singer ng 30 Seconds to Mars? He looked like Jesus at one point.
The
Wow.
max level priest.
May teams kasi per Met Gala eh.
Or, meron.
Yeah.
Ito yung Jesus look niya.
Kaya laging hirit yun. They understood the assignment. Um, okay,
I'm good.
so
It doesn't look too good, but I don't really care.
you're that awkward academe na naka-tweed suit.
I don't want to draw too much attention. It's like I know
That's
how to
true.
dress. I don't want to dress like that. Draw
Okay.
attention. So I don't want to look bland.
Okay.
It's like, yeah,
All right.
works. Very bland. That's fine.
So after about a day and a half of like severe shopping, and preparation, especially in Pizza's team, um, the the party gets underway, and it is at this point that you guys all arrive in your respective fashion, with the church people arriving, representing their various temples, among along with the main delegation.
Ay, may
Um,
ano, pwede bang may
hmm?
ano kami? Pwede ba kami may assistant tagahawak ng ano namin, ng mga trains namin?
Pwede naman if you want to drag any of your
Are you gonna bring in
disciples.
your disciples there?
I will bring my disciples to
Which ones?
to to hold the train ni Knight tsaka yung train ko. Kasi yung akin may train din. Parang Emperor's train. yung ano, yung guard.
Disciples slash
It feels like this is
stagehands.
your party.
Hindi kay Sapphire Sky.
It's a front, it's making
in
it
up
look
in upstage niyo yung celebrant, guys.
I
Sabi mo,
Eh, sabi daw we
eh.
have
No,
to
but it's true. It's fine.
You understood the assignment.
And
assignment.
yeah, and then Aka arrives looking very different from like how you normally see Aka having, picked out an outfit.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah. Let's
and then
go.
of course already there is Pizza's team having infiltrated the support staff for this particular party. And then finally, Paul and Branch, who arrives and takes a quick glance, realizing that this is one of those bigger parties. So you have the Khan, the Tricon, who is basically like King Emperor Chiaroscuro. You have his daughter, Sapphire Sky, who is seated beside him, over watching over the proceedings. Um, Members of House Katak, who have a delegation here uh, in Chiaroscuro, are there. Grandmother Bright, one of the more powerful spirits in Chiaroscuro. I think you guys got to meet her in the first session, I think. Is there actually. And looming, dominating the place in particular is like the 12-foot tall um, giant god of war, who is you know just basically watching the festivities, and it's all taking place in a very large crystal dome in the current palace of Cheruscoto. There are musicians playing. It's a very big occasion,
Mhm.
and already those who have socialize as one of their skills
Mm.
of rating 2 or above can already tell that people are already networking and trying to like find out which groups are which already inside.
I have overwhelming socialize.
Does that
Okay,
include me? Because I have socialized like at 3.
yeah, it does. So you guys go ahead and make your rolls. Overwhelming, socialize. Overwhelming, yeah, dice. You double the number of dice that you have on socialize if you want to
Okay.
use that number.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't have anything.
You don't have
I will
anything to
roll.
socialize?
I mean, I have two lang sa
I,
Eclipse.
Mhm. Yeah, there's what you can still roll at it.
Okay.
ayan. I rolled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
Nice.
5 successes.
Okay.
Socialize is under what again?
Eclipse.
Under eclipse.
I know I don't have a lot. I just have like two siguro.
Yeah.
Do I roll
Okay.
even if I only have a two? Yeah, no.
Yeah, you can choose them if you want to, or you can just rely on like whatever Balmong figures out, given that he has like 5 successes.
I got nothing. I'm like,
Okay.
nope.
All
Same.
right. Okay.
Can I have my reaching awareness out right now?
Yes, you can go ahead and do so.
Sige.
So go ahead and make that roll.
Reaching awareness. Okay.
Yeah,
That is 5. I forget how's reaching is just a time limit, right? And
it's just a modifier for the distance. So it's basically an awareness roll, and it's just compared versus more targets because of you.
3.
Okay, there we go. So 3 successes. Good. All right. So socialize. This is a very big event. Not just because Sapphire Sky is, the cherished youngest daughter of the Trenkan, but also because technically, as her debut, that also makes her eligible uh, for marriage. Technically,
Mm.
um, that said, most of the factions here are more. You see that there is this interplay between the various dragon-blooded houses, which are hoping to build more influence in the city, versus House Katak, which is the dominant house that is long occupied Cheruscuru. The various gods are here to oversee uh, the well, not really transition, but basically to oversee the events. This is partly that's right, you're a priest. This is partly also a religious function. The gods are there to receive worship and what do you call this? And tithes in the form of being able to attend the party, the the various gifts that they will be showered with later on. So it's kind of like what you said. It's kind of like the godmother thing, uh, where the gods bestow their favor upon the celebrant, but not without an exchange, of course, because that's how the gods work here in Exalted. Um, the awareness role, on the other hand, reveals that while there is um, while the guests have already been let in, there's a the welcoming speech has already been given by the Khan, thanking everybody for taking the time to join this momentous, once in a lifetime occasion, blah blah. There's still some people coming in. And it is after the welcome and the introduction of Sapphire Sky to those who are present that the two main double doors to the hall open and the three Death Lords come. Sorry, Death Knights come.
I knew it.
Screamed it.
Our
Yeah, not
Death
Death
Knights
Yan
are
Lords.
here.
My
yan
bad, my
ba't
bad.
niya pinedetect?
Yes, so Ash, Prince, and Lucy, or formal names, uh, are arrive and are introduced formally as what do you call this, guests of the party as well. All of them are dressed immaculately in very fine clothing, and it's clear that they are not, hiding what they can do, as um, you guys are aware that all three of them are radiating an incredible amount of social presence uh, at the moment.
Mm.
So that would be, sorry, just make roles. Uh, I mean,
Hmm. Ooh.
okay, right. Sorry. So, um, upon entering, all eyes fall on this, very, uh, very stand out individuals, and okay, Tsun Tsun is the one that actually catches this. Ash is actually um, projecting a an aura of intimidation, um, similar to that of his original self way back when, and he's using it basically to cow the lesser willed in the place, to basically intimidate them into not doing anything, to interrupt proceedings, while the sorrowful prince, on the other hand, makes a, you know walks straight up towards the princess, and the five success roll that you guys saw a while ago was his attempt to make a stellar impression on the young lady. So, he makes his introductions as the sorrowful prince. I have come here on behest. Uh, I've come here to achieve two things. One is because I have come to represent my liege, who extends his well wishes to Chiaroscuro and its princess. And second, to offer a lasting alliance between the land of the living and the land of the dead by way of marriage.
What? Dang, yeah, weird. But okay.
Proposed? How dare.
So normally it would have been like, um, you know, audacious of him to do so, but he hasn't performed any violence on anyone, and you guys can tell that he's using charms to enhance his proposal, and Ash, on the other hand, is acting on the other side to make sure that any of the lesser people who might have had designs for this back off, basically.
Okay. Okay. The gloves are off. Joke lang. Feeling ko Ninay, we're the only two people who can fight in this social combat because we can't do violence. So we have to like throw social stuff
I
all over
don't
the
I
place.
don't have much social skills though. I'm more of
John,
like a
yeah, the two John should know the
presence.
social stuff, I think.
I don't have any social skills.
Oh,
Ano yung socials mo?
And
Zenith.
mine,
my character doesn't.
Kasi I think
I'm
Ninay can distract Ash while I go and intercept the sorrowful
Did you just
prince.
throw Chun at Ash?
You're just gonna
Quickly
throw me.
distract him.
Do you want to go after sorrowful prince? I can go after Ash.
I have 3 stars in social, but I'm a waiter.
Like the waiter can't
Hors
like
d'oeuvres.
suddenly.
It's like, oh, sorry, oh, damn.
That'd be hilarious though. It's like I have come here to offer a proposal of marriage hors d'oeuvres. And
Champagne.
interrupt lang. Um, like where did this waiter come from?
Actually, ganun yung talaga
Stealth hors d'oeuvres.
I
pang
use
sira.
my stealthiness just to sneak up from behind them to do that.
Like hors d'oeuvres. Like, looming behind him and to send the message. I could kill you right now. Okay. So what's the plan?
Na yun nga, inisip ko lang. Ano ba what's your Zenith skills ba, Ninay?
Reaching integrity and perfect present.
Perfect presence. Ilang dots?
5.
You have 5 dots. I think
Actually, you have a lot of social
It's
skills. You have
Zenith.
you're Zenith. You really have tons of social skills.
Yeah, but the
At
socializing
least 5 dots
aspect,
and perform. That's right.
Is
the eclipse portion of it, where it's like bureaucracy, and
socialize.
performance and socialize, she doesn't have a lot.
Yeah, but she doesn't need it. She just needs to talk, and people will listen to her.
basically you want to distract the people away from Ash.
If it's just distraction, then yeah, it's just presence. So
Oh,
Use
okay,
your
sige, sige. If that if that's the case, I can just, I can just
look at me, I'm pretty.
look at me, I'm pretty and sparkly.
That's what.
Actually, it's like you can counter. So you can counter Ash.
That's
His
true.
Using,
You
proposal.
could try.
yeah,
Like,
They
because
can counter Ashna Prince.
not
oh,
Prince.
he's radiating menace, so you can counteract it by radiating.
charm.
Presence. Charm and presence. So parang
Yeah, kasi
two people
I don't want the small people to cower in fear.
Exactly.
And you look down on them so much, the small people.
I
Small
don't want the
people.
small people.
I'm tall. Like, okay, like cutie people. Cute.
It's taking everything in my power to not say anything about that. But okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I do that. So I use my perfect presence to fight Ash's intimidation.
Actually, yeah,
Okay, go ahead.
radiate
Ash is
charm.
a
So you
dark
can roll
knight.
5 dice, 5d6.
Okay.
I'll have you. Okay, I will give you an extra die to roll if you describe exactly how you're pulling it off.
Okay, so I go and like to the center of
The
the
room.
floor, I guess. And then I
Fine.
just I don't want to say I start posing kasi parang out of nowhere you just do that.
You can
Para ka
start dancing.
nagtitiktok.
Or I can okay.
You challenge someone to a dance battle to gain.
Where is Ash exactly? Well, like
Other
where
side of the hall.
It's like pick him and dance with him. It's like stop radiating that menace. Come here.
Oh, like I do like a alam mo yung sa Mr. and Mrs. Smith,
Yes.
Mm,
Actually,
that dance scene. But
okay.
they're like hurting each other, they're like hitting each other in the wall. We do that. Ash and I do that.
Okay.
That's if
Sounds
Dara
good.
follows.
Let's
Go ahead and make a roll for it then. Go ahead
Sig-
and make a
Does
roll.
she get the Does she get the extra dice?
Yes, she does. 2 extra
It's
dice.
to extra
Two?
dice.
Thank
So
you,
seven,
Mr.
So
and Mrs. Smith. Nasa Netflix yun ngayon eh, so I was inspired.
76, tama ba?
Yeah, I think five siya kanina. Eh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice.
Nice.
Okay. So, Ash is there. He's radiating menace and,
2, 3,
you
4,
know,
5. Is it with 6?
silently. Hmm?
I see 2 sixes and 2 fours, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, one, two,
6.
three, four, five, six.
Ah, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. So, yeah, he's standing off on one side. He's radiating menace, he's practically daring anybody to try and uh, do something when Sun Sun sidles up to him and um, you know she interrupts him by offering her hand. Aren't you going to take me to dance? And
James?
since he's in a social situation, he can't really turn her down, not without
Yes.
coming off as like and he
Rude.
doesn't want to come off as rude while Prince is doing his work. So he's forced to accept. And the two of you, are in the center of the dance floor right now, and the people are what do you call this? Their eyes are drawn towards this couple, both of which are very very have very very strong presence, although yeah, of opposite um, directions. And Ash is dancing, so to speak, and he's still very good. And you're like very good. Your own memories betray you at this point. You remember that he still dances as well as he did way back when. And he's like, what what are you people planning?
Sorry, what was that? What are you?
He asks Sun Sun, what are you people planning?
I have no idea what you're talking about, darling.
He's like,
Darling.
none of you had invitations here. We made certain of it, and yet
Wow.
here you are with your own designs for something.
um, what do I say to that?
The thing is, you don't really know. So you can
Actually,
really say,
Nina, you
I
don't
have
have an invitation. Darling, I don't need an invitation.
Darling, I just walked in here with this gown, and they,
Cruella de Vil, darling.
Darling.
Nakaling talaga yan.
nakakaasan.
you- it's not wrong.
Ano to?
And he says that, do you remember who you used to be?
Hala, dun niya ako dun niya ako uh, of course. Sabi ko, of course I remember. I try not to
Live in the past.
or I try not to let him see that I'm flustered with his sudden halungkat of the past. And then we can just continue dancing. I just continue like he dips me.
And he's like, I want you to know that what we're trying to do here is for the best. I want you to trust.
Oh no. It's
Oh
Hala,
no.
I'm torn!
Hala.
I'm so
If what we
torn!
had before meant anything, then you will trust me.
No! How
damn.
dare you use that? No! I
Hala,
will.
Tinay.
Hala, what do I do?
I don't know. At
Your
this point,
my
I
Why
spidey,
normally
roll
ask you to get
something
limit
that I
break. At this point.
my spidey sense is tingling.
Yeah,
Mm.
kasi I
Order?
Pick up pasok orders.
Can
Intro.
I do that?
Biglang drink,
No, I
drink.
wanna. Okay.
No, no, we wait for Nina. I want
Yeah,
to.
we wait for
Let's reply
Ninay.
to this.
Okay. So
think.
we can reduce this to a mechanical role, but I want to see what role playing will Reg.
Hiya.
Hors d'oeuvres?
I don't know. I'm not interrupting this.
You have Tsun Tsun bodily dragging him towards the buffet table.
It's like food.
Mag-hors
Just
d'oeuvres
Food
tayo.
order.
Slowly moving towards the buffet table while dancing.
Kumain ka, wag kang magsalita. Um,
It's rude to speak with your mouth full.
sinubo na lang eh. No, but
That's funny.
so
I-
yeah, all kidding aside, this is your moment, Ninay.
This is a moment.
Dead air.
is there a wall near? This is my moment to
Nope.
kabedon.
Ikakabidon mo siya.
Kabinod mo siya with your leg.
Pwede naman.
With what?
Here's what.
Supernatural
Here's
Cabedon,
will
a
will
wall
it
just
will
appears
it
behind him.
will it will it help if you roll your integrity? You do have supernatural
My, I have
This is-
No, she
reaching
has reaching
integrity.
integrity.
reaching integrity. Okay, you're gonna bestow integrity on everyone. Okay,
What exactly does that do?
What does that do? What does that
I have no
mean?
clue. I'm-
It just be, I don't know how do you imagine reaching integrity would be.
oh, why?
I'm
My
thinking it buffs.
Reaching integrity is, guys, nakadiet ako, so nobody else orders extra dessert. Yun.
Now
And
I'm thinking
That
everybody
is
will
reaching integrity. You affect multiple targets.
yeah.
Yeah, reaching means it just your range is just
Reaches.
increased.
Oh, okay. I don't wanna do that. Like, I don't wanna... Kasi
Spoil
parang
the party.
sabihin sa kanya, parang, the past is past, you know? And you didn't choose me. You chose your queen.
That's why I
And then
blew the
and
damn
and
balance
then
up.
if you say that you just
She
see
chose the
JB,
queen.
you see Balmung just blushing a little.
From the corner of my eyes. Like, oh yeah, he did. And so, parang, it's more of parang, yun nga, past is past. You don't hold anything on me anymore. While I'm kabedoing him with my leg.
with your leg talaga.
This is not violence. I'm stretching.
Requirement talaga yung kabidon with the leg.
Yes,
O,
this
sige.
is to accentuate what I'm, to get my point across.
Nakaganon talaga yung paa.
Okay,
I
so,
don't want reaching integrity because I don't want to affect a lot of people naman.
well, you can just roll integrity, period. It doesn't have to,
Okay.
It's,
you don't have to
5
apply
You
that.
dice.
don't have to use your charm.
Yeah.
It's still 5 dice. Just throw 5 dice.
Okay, can I roll now?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's look for
6, 5,
3
3.
successes.
That's 3 successes.
kabedon.
Nice.
Hindi ko alam ginagawa natin. Anyway.
Cabedon. Cabedon.
Okay, so he's rolling to resist.
And...
There's 3. Okay, good. Patas lang. Okay, so I guess you kabidon with your leg.
May nakita
Okay
na
ka
akong
lang,
image, Ninay. May nakita akong image! Teka lang!
Saan mo linagay?
Wait, ilalagay ko na. Teka. Natatawa ako eh. Here.
That
Oy!
one.
It's perfect.
Oh, that's so cute.
Nah.
Okay, so you kabidon them, and then you basically tell them that the past is past. You hold nothing on me anymore. Are you still dropping that line about it? Besides, you chose the queen.
You chose the queen, right?
Okay,
Mga understatements.
Ay, nangyari.
Natatawa ako. Pero perfect yung
Okay.
photo.
since he rolled an equal number of successes to you, on his room. He wraps his arms around you
Wow.
Stress.
I'm stressed.
and he whispers in your ear,
Right?
I could hear the spit.
"If if if the past truly is past, then that means that you're open to starting."
They do it. Why is he so suave? I hate it.
Okay,
no,
switching scenes first. Moving on to you deal with that for a moment. You come back to me when you figured out what to do. So okay. At this point, the prince is laying
Sure.
out his proposal.
Yes. Can I
Are you planning
can
to interrupt?
I plan to interrupt. I want to
Okay.
activate my social
you.
social fighting style.
Okay.
Yung I have inspirational oratory
Mm.
and
Okay. Great.
it's performance, presence, and linguistics.
Yes.
Um, so what I plan to do is basically wait, medyo mayabang pa rin naisip ko kasi parang um upon hearing the proposal, I will laugh. Yung talagang parang to catch attention of people. And
Mm. That's how you plan
um
to counter. Okay.
parang that's my initial interruption. Tapos
Mm-hmm.
parang I will parang praise kunyari ipe-praise ko si Prince for such a wonderful parang proposal, parang his entrance was blah blah blah, parang alam mo yung parang as if I'm stroking his ego. Tapos and such befitting of a beautiful princess. So magmo-move towards ako to the princess, praising the princess,
Mm-hmm.
of how what do you call this? Her her beauty is beyond what do you call this? Beyond um beyond all reports that I've heard. And I believe biglang I go into an oratory on how what do you call this? That she I believe that she will become a beacon of law and order. Ano talaga yung ko, no?
Okay.
Law and order
Okay.
throughout this land. And I believe that, uh, an alliance between uh her and the Order of the Azure Sky will bring peace and prosperity toward to all the land for many centuries to come. So I come up with my own proposal that I propose kasi our order naman is not disallowed to get married. Yun.
Okay.
So basically
Okay.
that's what I'm gonna do to interrupt the
All right.
prince.
Right. Sure.
So parang ganun yung ko. Parang I will laugh boisterously, praise him for for
Great
his
idea.
entrance and his
Mm-hmm.
and how and it's only befitting of a princess. And then I throw in my own proposal
Okay.
basically. And
Sure. Go ahead and make a roll for that one then.
so how many dice do I roll for that? So
Since you have a martial art for it, you already get your three bonus dice, right? Because it's a side rail martial art.
so
So it's your plus your three additional dice for the stun.
so 3 dice plus 3 additional dice plus
Yes.
do I get the 5 dice pa ng Zenith cast ko or
Yes. You roll you roll your zenith uh, dice
mm,
plus three because you have martial art. Normally,
okay.
if you stunted and without a martial art, you max out at plus two. But
Okay,
since you have
so
a martial art, you get three
eight.
instead of three. Yes.
Tapos part of my oratory is presence and I
Mm-hmm.
have
Mm-hmm.
supernatural presence.
Okay.
So supernatural does what nga? I forgot.
It
Everything.
overcomes one physical or like limitation.
So ang obstacle ko dito I guess is nauna sa akin yung isa si Prince. So
Okay.
that's the obstacle nauna siya so the
Okay.
prince's attention
So
was
you
initially
overcome
on
that
him.
first impression. Sige.
Yes. So that I
Okay.
can Okay.
Great.
So I hope I do well sa role or bastos.
Okay.
Let's see.
Okay, roll 8d6.
No,
Oh,
Yes.
Nice.
nice.
One,
that's a
two,
nice,
three,
solid,
Three,
four,
four,
five.
five.
Nice.
very nice.
Okay. Okay. So you interrupt and break his flow and immediately insert your own proposal
Mm.
uh, to this.
Fine, yeah.
You noted in your words that you were talking about an alliance between, and the prince jumps on that rather quickly, and he says that um, okay. So he waits until you make your statement, and then you say that an alliance with blah 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 would bring peace and prosperity to Chiaroscuro,
Mm-mm, mm-mm. And he jumps
and
in.
he says that, and and the sorrowful prince segues neatly into, and that is the kind of law and order that we would appreciate in the underworld as well. So, wouldn't it be more advantageous to take the both alliances, accept
Right?
my uh, accept my proposal for marriage, and we will take the temple of Anam and elevate them so that they can bring their enlightenment also to the underworld.
Mm. Mm. Magaling, magaling. Nakakainis, magaling. Paano kaya yan?
Meanwhile, Lucy is at the buffet table, um, and she glides across the table to stop in front of Papa John, and she's still at her strange marionette puppet clockwork bird-like motions. She glides practically. She doesn't have that bob of your walking. Right? She glides and stops for a moment, cocks her head curiously as she looks at Papa John in disguise, and she leans over to him, um, and you hear her whisper, considering that you have awareness, reaching awareness, so you can hear pretty much anything that's happening in the hall. And she whispers to Papa John and tells him that his late parents send their regards.
Hmm. Hmm. Very interesting. Very interesting.
You see Papa John's eyes widen a bit at that,
Mm-hmm.
and she says that um, I can arrange for you to meet them again,
Hmm.
but I need to know who else is with.
Sorry. This is at me, right?
Yeah, this is well. She's talking to Papa John, but you can hear it, so you can actually do something.
Well, I remember reaching awareness. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Then I just listen in intently.
Okay.
Hopefully that Papa John's loyalty to me doesn't get betrayed.
And Papa John is like, I know what you're trying to do. You can't make me. I mean, I owe my loyalty. She nods in understanding. You have found new family, of course, but they miss you so much.
Mm. Wow. Mm. Nina, they're so strong.
I know. Like, how
Orders.
do you
Yep.
even?
Okay, good.
Oh,
That doesn't quite work. So Papa John is like, no, you can't make me do this. They're gone. I but they left. I made my peace with it. This is unnatural,
Yes.
right?
It is
No,
unnatural.
you're simply unenlightened. Come, join us, first, and we will show you how to do this. Your parents miss you, and they are around. They just need you to accept it. Are you willing to speak with them, even for one last time? No strings, John. Papa John is like, no strings, nothing, right? This isn't some sort of like deal or something that I'm going to be damned for. Like, no, not at all. I simply ask for understanding. It's normal to be afraid of what you don't know.
Heh.
Hmm.
Sniff, sniff.
She pulls back and says, you can tell me your answer later. She glides.
Creepy.
So back to Tuntun.
Back to
Huh?
Tsun
Oh, by
Tsun.
the way,
Hala?
at this point, um, Fallen Branch and Aka are free. Actually, at this point, there's only three of them. So it's like,
I mean,
the
there would
Southern
have
God
been
of War
four,
is busy
but
drinking. So if there anything that you guys have planned, while the rest are preoccupied.
Feel the pendant.
We.
isn't Aka gonna get her boon yet?
Ah, yes. It's a good point.
Which one?
She won the race, right?
Yeah, her boon is the fact that she's in the ball.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
Okay.
essentially an invite. So at this
Feel
point,
the
Aka is
pendant.
like in the far end where the guys who are less
I
socially inclined are basically just listening into the story of how you know
do I know
she
what the rest of my gang are doing right now?
they're currently gathering information. Just as they've isolated the how many guards there are, um, and where likely the route is for the princess at the end of this ball will be taken. So opportunities to seize the pendant is necessary. So they're
Mm.
working on that at the moment.
Okay.
That's more a Geo thing.
So can I approach Papa John and ask
Yeah,
him? Yeah, so
sure,
I'll check in on him since I noticed that he was speaking to one of the uh, dead people.
right. So John sees you. He gives you a slight like
Wait.
nervous nod.
Which.
Yeah,
John, right?
Papa John.
Papa John.
Papa
Papa
John.
John.
Sorry, I had to make that clear. Papa John like gives you a slight nervous nod in acknowledgement, and he's like, "I'm good, boss. Don't worry about
Sure.
it. I'm good. She's just trying to get my head.
I asked him if he needs to take a break. I mean, I can let him.
You
All right.
sure? You'll be
Yeah.
fine here.
We got this. We got this. You take a
Yeah,
break.
just like 15 minutes. That's all. I'll just be outside.
Hmm.
Aye.
I wonder if that was a good idea.
We'll see.
She pulls out and walks out the hall for now. Uh, and the rest of your team, like, exchange quick glances at this particular, at this exchange. Did the
Well,
plan
I
change
can
or
still
something?
hear outside to him, right?
Hmm?
I can
What?
still hear outside, even though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can.
Okay.
So it's just a matter of filtering your attention. Um,
hmm
because just because you can hear everything doesn't mean you can
Well,
listen to everything.
true. I mean, the rest of my gang known are
Yeah,
uh looking at getting info, so I can.
Hmm.
I think I can focus a little more on trying
Yeah,
to.
one of your gang has actually managed to steal a key already from one of the guards. So there's that. So
Very
hors
good.
Alright.
d'oeuvres, sabay pagalis may key na. So
Okay. Okay. So, ayun. I mean, if we're still gathering information, then I can't really do much.
hmm.
Um, maybe I can. Oh, is the princess there?
Yeah, she's currently talking to Balmong and the Sorrowful Prince right now. The Khan is
Oh,
listening in on that conversation, by the way, because it's semi-political. You are talking about alliances
wait.
and such.
Who is listening to it?
Sorry, the Tricon, the essentially King Emperor of like Chiaroscuro,
Okay. Okay.
the dad. Si daddy nakikinig.
Can I try to offer him some food?
Hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah,
Hors d'oeuvres,
you,
sir.
you you pop
You look
in, order, you offer hors d'oeuvres.
you look
Uh,
famished, sir.
he he smiles at you. He beams actually. He's surprisingly jovial. It's your like, oh, thank you. He takes some and he's like, I don't believe I met you during the initial screening.
Oh,
Are
well,
you
yeah.
supplementary employment?
Uh, well, the original ones actually got sick. I'm like a what's the
Sub.
word? A substitute. Yeah, I'm like emergency substitute.
I see. Well, since you're the one that's not technically part of the list, what do you think so far?
It's a wonderful party, sir. Lots. I mean, just looking at how everyone, just looking at all the guests, they all seem very happy as well.
Hmm. He said, ah, my spy master tells me that you run a business, by the way. Very successful lately, hasn't it?
Hmm. Yes, sir. I do. I do run a restaurant right at the outskirts, at
And
the very edge.
don't get me wrong, I'm actually quite happy about what you're doing with that particular district.
Hmm.
We've been meaning to find a way to
Improve it.
improve it considering that it is technically haunted, which is why we're interested to see what this particular individual has to offer. He says, pointing at Prince.
Mm. Yes, actually, he's staying at my establishment.
Yes, he busking, I believe.
Hmm.
Busking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
technically he was busking. So,
yeah,
Yeah.
he's the entertainment there.
mhm. So yes, the Tricon has his own spy network, so he's not entirely,
Mm. I'm
uh,
not.
hmm?
Mm. Yeah, I'm not gonna go
So
denying it if he has a better spy network than I do.
yeah, he has. Well, he's informed.
Mm.
Kung spy versus spy, I'm sure that'll be a different engagement. But yeah, um, but it's like it's good to see that at least your side of the equation is represented. He steps aside a moment. If you'll excuse me, as he pulls you along, and he says, "The proposal from the Death Knight is one that will raise a lot of eyebrows, and yet it will fix a lot of problems of chiaroscuro,
Hmm.
including yours. Remember, half of the city, a greater portion of the city is haunted. It's technically half theirs. So an alliance between both will actually open up all the territories between us.
Have we actually studied like the? Have we actually done studies on their proposed plan?
Yes, they've actually sent ahead a proposal.
Mm.
Mm.
They actually drafted and sent the proposal ahead, addressed to my office. So I've had a chance to actually review some of what they were offering.
I mean,
He gestures to a guard and says, I want you to look into this. What they're offering is significant, but at the same time, I can't shake the feeling that there's something more to this. Do you
sorry,
have any ideas to what their motivations might be?
I'm not sure actually. Other than they just uh, oh yeah, I'm trying. Other than they're looking for certain artifacts from my last encounter with them.
Artifacts. What kind of artifacts? The
I'm
guard
not
arrives, handing him a small folio.
honestly. Yeah, okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, they say honestly, I'm not sure, sir.
I see. He hands you the folio,
Mm-hmm.
their plans. Do with it what you will.
Okay.
I'm sure that you and your fellows in the industry, so to speak, that you work in will be more interested in this.
Uh, okay. I'll take a look at it right now, right away. So
Thank you.
I leave and um yeah, I basically leave and go back to what I was doing earlier.
Hmm.
While while I try to take sneak peeks at the folio.
Okay. So you check it inside. Basically, the plan really is essentially a reunification plan for Chiaroscuro. So the people in the daytime need not fear the Shadowlands anymore with a formalized arrangement so that the dead would not harm the living. In exchange, the living will contribute a certain amount of worship and such to the ancestors as well. But
Mm,
it does mean that there's much more um, movement between both sides, and essentially you open up Chiaroscuro to being not just Chiaroscuro plus crisscrossed with Shadowlands, but also the Shadowlands reflection of Chiaroscuro, meaning at sunset, if you're caught in one of the Shadowlands, the entire territory of that is an entirely different city, and that's belonging to the master
The,
of the Death Knights,
mm.
and that's what's technically being. I can double your territory in a single contract.
Me- mm. You mean double the king's territory?
Yeah, technically,
yeah.
kasi you have Chiaroscuro, you open up all the Shadowlands there, tapos at nighttime, you can still conduct business in the Shadowlands version of it,
Ah,
di ba? So you gotta do. So it's a big offer, yeah, but you can start piecing together now why they're so desperate to get all the pieces of
okay.
the stuff.
Alright. So I share this info with the rest of my gang, see if they
Okay,
can find information on
right.
specifically relating to this.
Okay. So
Wait lang
some of
ah.
your gang, yeah,
Maybe some of them can leave, or
yeah,
you
some of your
still
gang
go
leave to try and ask them.
check on the Shadowlands itself.
Yeah.
There.
Okay. Sounds good. So yeah, so basically just putting two and two together, you know that they're after the staff because the staff is the one thing that will nullify this deal. Because with it, you can technically erase the Shadowlands from Chair School. You can
Yeah.
seal it away. Diba? So it's a bargaining chip that they can't defend against.
No need for like no, we don't. But
If we can get it, then we don't need to. But we don't need this contract. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. And at the same time, we also, what do you call that? We also avoid having the rest of Chiaroscuro turn into Shadowlands because
Yes,
that's
because if they have it naman, they can turn the rest of Chair School into Shadowlands and,
Exactly.
you know,
yeah. And that's the one thing na ano na naisip ko na parang if they have it, they might turn the entire Chiaroscuro into Shadowlands. And so
May
it's still not a
Restro
good
would
idea.
first one to be the first victim. No?
Yeah.
It's right next to the Shadowlands.
yep.
Anyway, all right. So I want to share this info to the others, but the thing is, they're like, you know,
We're still
ge- gala. Like
Yeah.
the guests. So
so as that happens, I tap pizza. So
Sorry,
so
you?
so
you
so
cut
what?
out a bit.
Again?
Branch taps pizza's
Yeah.
shoulder.
Okay.
Says, "So what did you find?"
Uh,
Because I am totally on.
Out of the loop.
All right. I guess I shared to him about the contract that they proposed to the king. Here,
Ah,
why don't you take a look at this? I'm not
Yeah, I'm
really getting.
assuming that Aka is with you guys if only because there are orders. So
Yes.
you know,
Here, Aka. Here, hold this plate.
It's like, ooh,
yeah,
food.
Okay.
Aka
Give
Why?
me
is already on
plate.
her. Aka
Give
is
me
already
plate.
at Aka's sixth bottle of bubbly.
What?
Um,
I
having
don't
been
think I
left
should.
alone,
Uh,
having been left alone.
yeah, I shared the folio uh to Fallen Branch. See what he can make of it.
What do I need to analyze it?
I'm not sure.
Was
I
there?
mean,
I
the,
mean, I'm asking Jay. Like, is there anything I need to, anything special with it that I need to read into?
Mm, if you have linguistics, you can go ahead and roll linguistics.
If I have link,
you
I
might
have.
have it. You're an archaeology. You should be able to read other languages, right?
Mm.
It's not so much other language as much as technique in the words and writing. I have linguistics 3 because Eclipse 3 ako.
Yeah, great. So go ahead and make a roll for that.
3d6, no?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see. What do I see? I got a
That's not
6.
honest. Hmm.
So 2 successes.
Okay, okay, two successes. Um, you're pretty sure that Prince is the one that wrote this because the entire thing is actually laced with essence to make
Really?
it come off as incredibly advantageous. Um, there are false, like red herrings strewn across the thing to make it look like the Shadowlands are on the losing end of some of these clauses. But they're throwaways. They're little things that they can afford to lose to make it look like a fair deal.
Hmm.
Okay, okay. I take note. Jot down. This is useless. This is all just hot air.
Yeah, pretty much. So you're able to deconstruct it down to what its actual essence is, which is a little less advantageous than it sounds, given the time. So you're able to deconstruct the deal down to its actual.
Do I connect na, so basically, we had the staff and this thing is entirely useless.
Yeah, it might as well be like toilet paper. Um,
Ah, okay. It seems to be that while our friends are holding down the opposition, to speak, we would be able to speak to the Tricon and make a different counter offer. That's what I think, anyway.
Yeah, I think parang character ano what you call this player. I think nga parang you can have like you can review part of your hand to Tricon na ano for the counter offer.
Oh.
What? That we already have two of the other artifacts, and you could actually get.
I'll I can talk to him. I'll talk to him because I just reviewed my character. He's not utterly. He's
Sure.
not.
The thing is, like, if you talk to him about it, that means
It
you'll. Pro-
depends on what they say.
I guess so. I mean, I'm just saying, like, that would mean he knows that you're in leagues with me because he gave me the folio.
Hmm.
But okay.
Well, that's true. Hmm. How do we? Well, no. The thing is, he does know that you have colleagues. Does he know who your
Yeah,
colleagues are?
he doesn't. He
it
thinks that.
doesn't.
He doesn't.
So that might actually reveal the fact that you are in cahoots with a criminal. So I'm not sure how that is.
Okay. Okay. Here's what I'll do. Here's what I'll do. Um. All right. Take this to. Who did you get this from?
And con.
The Tricon. Okay.
Yes.
Um. I'll write you a note, and you can take the note to Tricon.
Okay.
All right. So I'll make use of my linguistics. which I
Yeah.
never actually had reason to before. But anyway,
You just scribbling a note there.
I'm
Yeah.
scribbling a note. Basically, I'm scribbling a note pointing out the defects
Discrepancies in that.
plan
Yeah.
they're
Mhm.
proposing, that it's nowhere as beneficial
Lucrative.
as it yes, it's not as beneficial as it seems, it's not as lucrative as it's, and ano ba bang ibang uh so yeah, note those things. And then I will say that it also um I also want to say there is also a completely different way to deal with the Shadowlands issue that is actually the um within the how to say
I just realized now. Some of us have been using our charms. Does that
Mhm.
mean we're glowing?
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
You've been using some of your jobs, but not yet.
Okay.
Almost though. So I'm actually keeping track.
yeah.
I've
So
only
yun,
used
basta
once pa lang naman din.
yung gusto kong
I
lang
can
sige, go ahead.
no go. I wasn't gonna say anything.
Okay. So yung basta yung sa note, yun, point out all of the flaws, basically indicate uh how not lopsided, how biased it actually is, and
Mm.
the weakness of the plans. And at the very end, I will also note that there are by which this plan is actually totally unnecessary, and I would caution you because I actually reveal that because I believe that these three are here to acquire a means by which they would bear threat over chiaroscuro instead benefit from it. So parang it's hinting that I want to make like a subtle hint that he should watch for his daughter in particular because there's something about her that might enable them totally leverage against uh, and not just her as a princess, but I want to say it's like there's something about something like that.
Something about Mary. Um.
Something
No, but
about
okay. Got it. Got
uh,
it. Yeah. Clear naman.
okay.
Okay. Sige. So go ahead and you make your roll for that one. I'm going to quickly just go over to Chun Chun.
Hala, what was I doing?
One success.
Okay.
Once
You're still in a dance cabedon. He grabbed you. You
And
cabedon to him.
basically,
He
yeah, he tries to switch
Get
the
away.
conversation towards a seduction role.
The Uno reverse.
it's a seduction role. Do you fall for it? Yes.
I do not. I do not because I don't want, this. I don't want our town to become
I will not be
part of
seduced
the
on
shadow.
your
Also, because we support local,
Businesses. We support local businesses.
we don't
Support
By
want.
Pinoy,
local cabedons.
local
Cha!
cabidons. By Pinoy. Okay, so you attempt to resist.
I lower my leg. Ang tagal
Actually,
ko na.
what's your ano? What's your
that's very
um?
useful.
Actually, I have.
What's
Sorry, let me
her
double check. Do your characters have virtues, right? What's your chosen virtue, for instance?
Yeah, it's part of the sheet.
Write anything down.
Oh no, you're
Great
parang
virtue, compassionate.
Okay.
Fatal
Yeah.
flaw, compassionate martyrdom.
Okay. So you right.
Oh gosh.
So he yes, he's been hitting that compassion pretty hard in the past scene. Um. So at this point, he basically um, concludes it with a statement. He basically says that if you're willing to put the past behind you, then that means you can start over. Right? That was the last thing he said. And then
No.
he follows up with, "What do you say you and I leave this? I'm willing to turn my back on my leash,
Oh,
but I
Yeah.
need you with me
oh,
to make this happen."
oh, oh. Haba ng hair, friend.
Haba
Ang
ng
haba ng
hair.
area.
Willing to turn back. Hala, kasi nga compassionate siya. Tapos,
With martyrdom.
with,
Tama pala yung notes ko. Buti na lang. Anyway, so yun.
so
Oh my
torn.
gosh. Are you turning on us, Ninay?
It's going there. I'm sorry.
Don't even
Your
think of
thoughts turn back. You know what? You find yourself turning towards Balmong and remembering that he is the queen.
Oh
And like your
gosh.
emotions come flooding back.
It's all coming back,
It's
so come
it's this
back to me
this
now.
is your redemption calling for you. All it takes is for you to turn the other way.
there's me and Fallen Branch, and then there's these two just fighting over a guy.
I'm not even fighting for the guy. He cannot.
To be fair, sorry,
I,
Balmung's character is like, the past is past. Wala akong pake sa'yo. Go, have him. It's like,
Wow.
the future is the princess. Joke lang.
The future is the princess. Ayan. Yes, actually, you hear that Balmong is like, making overtures towards the princess at this
Oh,
point.
and then I see Balmung and I remember why we're here. I
Mhm.
remember why. Oh, di ba? May ganong ano, di ba?
Oh,
And
it's up
then
to you.
all the memories of our adventures flooding into my mind,
Your adventures, which earned you 12 disciples.
which earned me 12 disciples, all the bonding moments, and Gio giving me the stink eye right now.
So
And
is
It's
that
the
how you're defining your martyrdom?
kumbaga, how many times have we risked our lives for this mission, for our mission? So I'm
I don't
like,
know. How many times have you?
Hey, how
Because
many
alam ko
times
si
have
Aka
you?
medyo marami-rami na.
si Aka, oh, di ba? Parang, seeing how this child
has grown.
has grown and has risked her life for us.
yeah,
Pwede
she's
na. Pwede
Here
na akong
I
umalis.
am,
Kaya nyo na yan, guys. Malaki na
here,
kayo.
here I am having trouble with a guy? Like, no!
Maruport.
Maruport ka at thing. So I'm like, I just look him in the eye and say, no, I will not betray my brethren. And then I lower, hindi pa pala na-lower yung paa ko, di ba? And then I lower it.
Okay. So you lower your leg. He looks at you as you turn away.
I
He
told the
lets
muscle,
you he lets you he lets you leave his arms. And as you turn away and walk off, it is like, it's a fine time for you to rediscover loyalty. It seems.
Oh!
Ew.
Oh! Oh!
Ew.
And he leaves.
Well, it's a fine time to rediscover what?
Loyalty.
Loyalty.
I want to be the last burn, but then they burned me back.
Nag-drop mic siya, friend. Nag-mic drop moment siya, friend. Sorry.
At
Question:
least I know, at least I know who to choose.
Does Pizza hear this? Do I hear this?
Yes, actually.
I hear their conversation.
Yes. Yes. You hear everything. And you're like, I'm trying to concentrate.
Uh,
I'm, you're like
I'm
people are
I'm
asking you for
actually
orders, and you're like, wait, ano ba?
I'm actually just sending bad aura right to Chun Chun.
The stink eye
Bad
nga daw
vibes.
eh. The stink eye.
Okay. Balmo.
What was the last thing that Prince said about the alliance?
The prince basically says that he agrees that law and order would benefit a greater kingdom.
Oh yeah, I was
So
supposed
he
to
says
pass
to
the
accept
note, right?
both deals. Because your proposal was an alliance, and he's fine with that. But he's asking the princess to marry him, and then together they can accept your alliance.
Wait, wait.
Wait.
Kasi, hindi, yung
John,
proposal ko for an alliance is a proposal for marriage, ha?
Mm,
Para for clear. So,
political
it's a
marriage.
political, I know. So,
it's political, yes.
ah,
And his thing is we can accept his proposal if it's just political. I'm not
Because
wow.
after a deal. I'm after you.
Wow.
I don't care about whatever happens.
Wait,
Okay.
wait, wait. I'm trying to formulate what
Question.
I'm gonna say
Sorry,
here. Go, go.
Uh, John's
the
note.
the the,
John
the
gave
prince.
made the note, right? So did I pass it on
Yes,
to the con?
you can if you want to.
So yeah, I'll go and pass it
You
on to him.
con.
Okay.
Or
You
Parang
can't give
if
it
he
to the
wants,
card.
we
I
try.
can. I'll
He's
do
the
it
try
like
card. You can try card.
I will I will parang
Sorry.
sneak it onto his person so no
Yeah.
one else
Okay.
knows.
Sige. Could you make a stealth roll for that one or larceny?
I see. So that's 5d6.
Either will work. But yeah, Balmung. So that's his judo flip of your.
His counter proposal.
One
Yes.
one success.
Oh, he's making a roll by the way for the princess.
Yeah.
What the heck?
For,
Why?
for successes, overwhelming.
10d6
Grabe,
eh.
four successes overwhelming.
Dang, that's
Overwhelming performance. He's basically saying that he's shifted the perception of your deal to that
Mm,
of purely business.
yeah, yeah,
He took the moral high ground that this isn't
yeah.
about a deal. That's
I
why I'm
love
okay with taking that around. Yes, this is about love.
Mm.
weird.
Wait, but they just met.
Yes, but he also has charm, so he's an exalt. So
So it's like, yes, it's love at first sight.
yes,
Uh,
but remember the stories.
Wait lang. I can use suggestions. Pero wait. I try to think of how to flip it again. Eh.
Wala na eh.
Mm,
Me
is
too na
there?
lang ang habol mo eh.
I want to try and subtly use magic, but I don't think there's a way to do
I
that.
don't think there's a way to subtly use magic in this game.
That
You
is
will
no,
correct.
glow.
no. Kasi ano naman eh.
Yeah, not at this level. Like
Let me see. What
we're
do I
way
have?
not experienced.
Yes. So while you're thinking about this, Aka gets approached by a 12-foot tall, bull-headed god of,
God of
Oh,
War.
Oh.
The
and
sudden
Alat
God
is
of
like, yeah,
hello,
he looks at like, what's a? So you're the stripling that won the race. I heard about you. The boys were talking about it when they were bragging about the people. I have to
Can
say, you don't look like much, but I will
Hello.
respect what you did.
Um, thank you. Ooh, ooh.
He will.
ew.
He looks at you and he's like, "Are you even the slightest bit bored about this party?"
Mhm. I would like to see the horses. Where are the
Mm,
horses?
Is this
but
with
they
your
do
mouth
keep
full of
us stable. I
order?
can have one of my guards take you to see them if necessary.
I
Mm.
can see the horses. Bye, guys. I'm off
Phew.
to the horses.
Oh, to the horses again. um, and he yeah. So he asks one of the honor guard that he has to take you to royal stables. And outside, you step outside, you look about, and on your way there, you catch sight of what do you call this? Um, Silent lucidity.
Oh no.
she's outside of the hall, and
She's speaking to Papa
she
John.
is talking to Papa John.
Do I hear it?
You hear that Papa John is like, "Look, whatever it is you want to offer, I don't want to have anything to do with it." And then you hear this strange um metallic sound, and Aka sees this as Silent Lucidity's mask opens up
Yeah.
in like four portions. Like it whirls about upwards and down its way,
Sana to Iron Man.
Creepy.
and it reveals what do you call this? A mirrored surface
That's nasty.
that becomes smoky black and shows the face of Papa John's mother.
Dang, bro.
Johnny, is that you?
I'm so
Oh,
chismosa. I love
And I
this.
will have to stop here because we are already at 11:30. I'm sorry, we ran a bit over long,
It's okay.
It's okay.
but this is why I
Just
had to state that this is a two-parter and why I
Yeah.
needed everybody here.
Wait, that's
Uh,
so spicy though.
His mother.
Yo mama.
your mama
your
is
mama is
literally.
you.
But yeah, so yeah,
And
we'll have to stop here. We'll continue again next session. But I do want to make a quick check around how are people feeling with the game. Okay, with the situation so far, because I know that this is a very social, very RP heavy session compared to like the previous one, which had like lots of high flying kung fu and
Yeah.
fighting.
Actually,
But this one is a lot more social push and pull. So yeah, just wanted to do a quick run through if everyone is okay.
mm,
How do they feel about this particular, because we'll be
I'm
wrapping
enjoying
things
it.
up in the next session.
Boo, nobody dies.
I'm enjoying it being the
Well,
gossip
I think
basically because
something
I
like
can hear everyone.
Ninay.
I can hear everyone's
Gossip Girl,
conversations.
someone
Gossip
sabay,
died.
Girl.
Gossip
Someone
Girl, sabay publish.
someone died. Someone died.
Well, there are
Yeah,
already
Oh,
someone
my
three.
died.
heart
Horse
died.
Si Bikel,
Michael died.
Michael
Ah,
died.
Michael. What?
Ah,
rip Michael.
it was
Yeah,
that's
I will
My
me.
apologize that I
baby.
technically sent you guys a team of social monsters for opponents.
Crazy.
Uh,
But
I
I
hate
already
it.
have a response kay ano. I have
pero
a
ka na,
response na kay ano. Pero for
upuan mo na
next,
yan, isulat mo na
Write
yan,
it,
i-notes mo
write
na
it
lang.
down, write it down.
Write it down, baka makalimutan mo pa.
By the time you get back, you can have like this anime sequence for
Massive speech.
refute him.
Last time. Oh,
It's like the
so
I know the last
Objection.
legendary
okay. So wait, kasi
right.
technically the second sorry, the 25th is normally our podcast day, but we
Hmm.
don't have a topic yet for the podcast. So we
We
can
can use that.
actually continue the game on the 25th if we are good for that.
Problem ko
Yeah.
is 25th, I think I have a talk with Lance.
Okay, then
Lands Frago?
Yes, Lance Bradley.
most likely 8th na,
For Mars and stuff. So
November
the
8th.
one after that, siguro. If people are okay with the 8th.
Wait, talk with Lance. Is that the talk that I'm with?
No, you're the one that's before me. So yours is on the 18th. Mine's on the 25th.
Ah, okay. Sunod-sunod. Okay, okay.
So
So I'm
8
okay with
tayo.
1 or 8, whichever way.
I think that's the 8th tayo. Break kasi namin is 1.
Okay.
Since we're not doing it every Monday.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I actually really enjoyed it. Ano, pero grabe. They're so evil. I thought
What?
Inay was gonna turn.
It actually crossed my mind. I was like, if I turn,
Ito na lang yun. Kasi soon,
If
two
you
sessions na
turn,
lang. If Chun turns at this point, that would be fantastic from a story point of view. Oh shit, she's gone.
Gusto ko pa naman yung offer na I will break off with my leads for you and we can start
Okay,
anew.
this is your chance to reform me, di ba? Kaya inisip ko kung kakagat ka dun kasi compassion eh.
It's a trap.
buti na lang nakita ko si Aka munching away in the corner.
How can let my allies... Actually, akala ko sasabihin mo, for the benefit of my team, No, parang I will forgo this offer. I love my team. Yun
I
yung
love my
martyrdom.
love for them is more powerful than my love for you.
Yeah, because
Kaya you set yourself up for that last word. It's a
Yes,
fine time for you to learn loyalty. Sorry.
grabe,
Mic
I'll,
drop.
grabe nga
I'll stop
yun
it.
eh. Doon na pinatay niya ako. Pinatay, pinatay niya ako doon.
Crazy.
so yun, as I was saying, someone died. It's called Nina is
Di night's
May,
heart.
may kokoro.
Si Baiko.
Okay. So yeah, actually the secret I guess objective for this campaign then is to run the game through all the different variations of Exalted. You guys got to do some dungeon delving. You guys got to do some investigation. You guys got to do some horror-ish aspects, a lot of combat, and then now it's the social. So it's really,
Yeah, the
I
big
guess,
party
flexing
social
all the
event.
big, yeah, of course, yeah, but next session naman is gonna be a big, so it's not gonna be all talk. Because things are gonna come to a head sooner or later.
Yeah,
yeah.
Besides,
we'll find
Aka is
Baiko
in perfect
first.
position right now to take on si Silent Lucidity,
Si
Oh
Lucy.
no.
who is no
Oh,
longer,
I'm
considering that
gonna
Aka
fight
and
your
Lucy
mom.
are technically not in the party,
Yeah, so they can fight.
so
Yeah.
they can engage in combat.
Kuha
Yeah.
mo
yeah.
naman ang kabayo.
Actually, alam mo ni Naiko, yung kapatid niya
Oh,
ni Fallen Branch.
Papa John's outside it too, so he can fight.
I'm waiting for Fallen Branch's sister.
That's an added complication that I didn't want to insert in at the moment kasi ang dami na eh. Like I was worried about the fact that there were already three other exalts that were trying to outmaneuver you guys socially.
Yeah,
And
really
and to be fair,
Maybe.
at least it wasn't a complete na it's not like they or you guys were able to steamroll the other team. So
Oh.
this is essentially how it feels like to go up against people who are equal in terms of your abilities.
Oh, I'm pretty sure Nina and JB are mentally exhausted right now.
Yeah. Ah,
Yeah. Sorry.
pero
This is
may
sadly ito yung bailiwick ko. This is really why I tend to run Legend of the Five Rings kasi it's all political. So grabe.
actually like.
Talaga.
That's
ako
also why I run bar.
I like politics. It's just pagod eh.
Oh, kailangan at least, okay na yung ganitong politics kaysa real world politics.
Oh.
Anyway, okay.
Kaya it's
So
the
yun,
reason why I play Ventru sa World of
and through.
Darkness.
Okay, so thank you so much, everyone. I hope everybody had fun. Looking forward to the next and last session for this story arc. And let's see what.
Alrighty. So guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. And hindi ko na na-check kung ilan pa yung viewers natin. May viewers pa ba
We
tayo?
have 6, I think.
Wow!
Kanina we had, yeah.
Wow, wow, wow.
Mabenta si Nine.
Mabenta si Nina.
It's the
Comments.
Capedon leg.
Anyway, thank you guys
Okay.
for joining us. And see you next time. Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye,
See you guys next
guys.
time. Bye.
Yo,
Ooh.
are we on? Are we off?
Are we off?